What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. And in today's video, I want to give you a quick market update on Bitcoin, as we have seen a little bit of a move to the downside, and now we're getting a little bit of a retracement back up, which is something we were looking at on yesterday's morning market update. But the question is, as we get this retracement to the upside, should we be anticipating more higher prices for Bitcoin? Can we shoot for our next key level of resistance, or are we more likely to just put a lower high in where we're at or near these close levels of resistance before continuing to the downside? And unfortunately, we are starting to see some potential bearish signals on Market Cypher B, as well as a couple of other things I've been looking at when it comes to money flow, which could be pointing to some more downside for Bitcoin. So I want to break down kind of the bearish case here for Bitcoin, and then we'll also take a quick look at that bullish scenario. If we get another move back to the upside and break our current yearly highs, where should we be looking for our next key level of resistance? We're going to be talking about that as well. So buckle up, Mafia. It's going to be a good one. And without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the charts and break down this saucy Bitcoin price action. Let's get into it. So guys, here we are on the Bitcoin chart. Now this is going to be a little bit of a quicker video, but I do just want to cover this important price action and these important key levels, guys. And more importantly than that, we got to cover these bearish signals. So as you guys can see, we obviously rejected this 46K NPOC that we had our eye on for quite some time on the channel. And this was where we were looking to go short, which was a setup in the premium Discord. And that one wound up coming down, playing out in full, giving us a full move of about 12%. Not too bad for a quick bag. And you guys do know that in yesterday's morning market update, we did talk about not FOMO shorting this value area low, as we knew it was very likely that if we held this as support, we would make our way back to the value area high. And here we are, sitting right at the value area high as we speak. We are just ripping right through it. Now, the real question here is, guys, are we going to smash through this, come up, break the next yearly high, and come up to our next key level of resistance, which, yes, would be, in my opinion, the Bybit POC at $47,236. But, like I said, we are starting to see some bearish signals pop up on the chart, which may prevent us from breaking these highs and coming up to higher prices, at least for the time being. And basically, what I'm looking at here, guys, was what we've been looking at on my live stream for quite some time, anticipating higher highs into a key level of resistance being this naked daily point of control. Let me go ahead and label this. Now, I do want to be fully transparent here. This is no longer a naked point of control, but it is now tapped. But this was one of the levels that we were looking at, and you guys can see that we have put higher highs in on the price action with our lower highs on our momentum waves, and this red dot is now flashing on Market Cypher B. And when I woke up this morning, I was seeing that red dot, which is giving us a daily bearish divergence. Now, this could be a pretty macro signal of weakness, especially because we have this money flow coming to the downside. Now, I do want to preface this, guys. My bias has gone from more bullish, looking for that 48 to 50K golden pocket to get hit, and I do still think at this point that could still potentially be in the cards. But now that we are starting to see this bearish divergence on the daily start to flash with that red dot printing on Market Cypher B, it is a little bit alarming to me, because if we do wind up printing that red dot and confirming it, it could show a macro sign of weakness, which would indicate a bigger breakdown for Bitcoin, in my own personal opinion. Now, we're going to have to wait all day to see how this price action develops, but one thing I am going to be watching is that red dot on the daily, because again, this could be the thing that marks more macro weakness. And on top of that, guys, just looking at basic money flow strategy on Market Cypher, you guys can see money flow on the 16-hour continuously coming to the downside, looking at something very similar on the 12-hour with our money flow crossover into the red. Now, we do have a fresh green dot, so there is some mixed signals, but with all this money flow coming out on top of that daily bearish divergence, if it prints and confirms, this could be a sign of weakness, and these are the major things that I'm keeping an eye on for some more downside for Bitcoin. So just like on my live stream, guys, where are we likely to put those lower highs in if we are going to continue the downtrend? Well, as you guys know, you pull that fib from the high to the low, and typically, if you are going to continue that downtrend, these lower highs oftentimes come at the golden pocket or 786 Fibonacci retracement levels, and on top of that, guys, we are also running into the value area high. So whether we get the bearish signals here to go short, or we shoot up towards that 786, which also has a lot of confluence that I'm not going to get into in this video, but whether we reject here or reject from here, this is going to be kind of the likely pocket of resistance confidence that we are going to put a lower high in if we're going to continue that downtrend. And the fact that you have that value area high right here is just a beautiful confluence. And based off general volume profile theory, you would simply be looking for shorts at the value area high and any deviations you get from above. This is how we spotted this short. This is part of the reason we were able to spot this short up here at 46K when everybody else was getting very bullish. Now, if we do get that move to the downside, I do want to give you guys some levels of support to be keeping your eye on. And what I'm looking at this point, guys, you will be very familiar with these levels if you watch my content. We have our macro volume profile, but really what I'm watching here, guys, is going to be, if we come on in here, turn off the macro volume profile and bring up our more local volume profile, you can see here, not only are we playing with the local volume profile that we were just looking at, or the local value area high, I should say, but we are also toying with this more macro previous value area high, which is what we've been finding resistance on for quite some time, right? So as we approach this value area, this is just another reason if we deviate above here and we start seeing signs of weakness, there is a possibility that we can get accepted back into this range and come down to lower prices where, again, the key levels of resistance are going to be obviously the value area low of your local range coming in closer to $41,955. But if we wind up losing these levels and we wind up coming down even further, we do have this nice point of control of that value area from May of 2022 coming in at $38,998, basically 39K. So this is going to be a very key level of support I am watching, and likely if we do get the move down, likely that is going to be where you will start to see some support unless we absolutely nuke right through it, in which case I'd be looking at that May 2022 previous value area low at $37,636. So top things to keep an eye on today, guys, is going to be that daily bear div as well as the price action at these key levels of resistance. Again, if you're looking for those levels, simply pull your fib from the high to the low, and just remember that oftentimes if you're going to get a lower high to continue a downtrend, oftentimes it does happen in this little Fibonacci retracement pocket. So these are the things to watch, guys. These are the things I'm paying attention to and kind of how I'm handling this price action. So being a little bit more cautious with the longs here, as we have seen some significant bearish signals start to pop their heads up. But remember, they are not confirmed yet. And until they're confirmed, they may not even print and they may just shoot through to higher prices. But now you guys know that buy bit POC is just above us, and that's where I'll be looking for the rejection. And with all that being said, guys, I think that's all the time I got for this quick morning market update. Hopefully this helps you guys out. If you found the content helpful, don't forget to like the video and make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of these important market updates. I'll see you guys at 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on my live stream. That's all I got. Frankie Candle.
Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the road, here we go, yeah, we winning by a landslide. Never see me coming on my landmine, yeah, I ain't taking orders in command like